this more and more, because I just received information that Capacton and Neversink are allowing non-motorized boating, and wouldn't it be wonderful if our town had that too? It would really help some of the businesses here, and I think it would really be a wonderful thing. So I think these are positive things that we have to think as a community together, and according to the St. Valentine's beginning, I think that was a very beautiful way to start, and I think we really have to think like that more. We have to think as a community, yeah.
Charlie.
On page 83, it states that the Catskill Forest Preserve Public Access Plan, in parentheses it says access plan, that's how it's commonly known, 1999, the plan's keys, issues, and actions are adopted by reference as recommendations of this CMP. I have been unable to locate that document, and given that it is adopted by reference in this document, that means, you know, there's some unknown out there that I haven't seen. And also, I haven't been able to locate the secret documents related to the byway. I was wondering where they are. Secret.
Oh, secret.
Mr. Manning, you know where the secret documents are?
What secret documents?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, this question came up a long time ago, and there's no requirement to conduct secret on a corridor management plan. I got that from the state program.
Where'd you get that from?
New York State Scenic Byways Program.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Brenda?
I just want to ask a quick question, Mr. Manning. When you say it's a corridor, many people who haven't read this plan, it just sounds great. It sounds like the let's be nice to puppies legislation. But when you really get into it, it's not just a corridor. It's anything adjacent to or visible, which is a stunning, flexible definition of Route 28. And the definition also encompasses any feature or element that is found of interest to the collaborative's inventory and access to features and elements. So it's interesting that there's no secret requirement, because the implication is that you're talking about Route 28. It also includes a tremendous part of Route 28A. So the title in itself is profoundly misleading.
Actually, the title is the Catskill Mountains Scenic Byway, and this corridor management plan
There's
is...
no mountain on Route 28A.
The title of the document is the Catskill Mountains Scenic Byway, and the project area is a subset of the Catskill Mountains. And it's specifically designed to be open-ended to capture all those points of interest. One of the tenets of tourism is that when a tourist comes to the area, you want to give them reasons to stay, to ask questions, to linger, to say, you know, I want to stay another night here. I want to check out these other things that this brochure tells me about. This is the intention of a scenic byway. So the corridor is specifically open-ended by definition, because the people who created the plan wanted it to be that way. So there are many points of interest identified in the inventories of the communities that they feel, the people in the communities feel, that are of in such intrinsic value that there would be a greater draw for tourists to discover them. And we have many examples of those. And the Dividing Weir, which has its own story of tremendous change here in the community, also happens to be a very scenic location. So that was one example of a resource that the committee felt that could really draw people and get them to stay and appreciate the natural beauty of the area.
Well, the promenade, the promenade along the top of the dam is the main link on Route 28A, and it was a way of making that accessible. That's like, it's also for the residents to get more awareness of the benefits of the region too. And it can take years for people to become familiar enough to even know that if you go down Reservoir Road, there's a public walking area there. And or for the corridor, if you go over High Mount, there are some wonderful places. On the other side, Delaware County too, how many years does it take for a resident over here to finally make it to Andes? It took me 2 years.
You know, I think it's important to remember, I don't mean to
Fine.
interrupt you, Glenda. I think it's important to remember that what we're reading, what you folks are reading, what the board is reading is a draft. This is a draft plan, just like the comprehensive plan, it's a draft plan. That means we have work to do with it, but it's a workable plan. I think it can be done. And I think it will bring tourism up through this valley. And I agree with Robert, if you go through Shokan and look at all the empty storefronts, we need something.
Like Shandaken.
Joe? Yes.
Where is the 1999 access plan located and how many pages approximately are in it?
Oh, is that it?
Mr. Manning, that's the 99 access plan?
Yeah, this is DEC document, and just under 100 pages.
Can the media have a copy?
Yeah, I think,
Why don't you give me that and then print out a new one for yourself?
well, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I will,
The
thank you.
library.
Yeah.
And it's the forest preserve. It's like the scenic byway has no influence with the forest preserve.
It's mentioned, it's adopted by reference into this plan.
I'm not trying to withhold it,
It's-
I'm just saying this is my own copy.
It's mentioned all over the web, but it's not on the web. Now,
That's true.
unusual.
No, that's absolutely true. It's very hard to get a copy of it. I have an electronic copy which doesn't have the drawings and the maps and the appendices, and I think that the best thing to do is to call DEC Region 3.
3.5 years in and we don't have a major part of this document.
Right here.
Why don't you give it to me? 3.5 years in.
Charlie, I gave you a 180-page color printed document for free. I gave you all the minutes of the 29 meetings for free, and I didn't get a word of thanks, Charlie.
Because of what's in there. That's right. I'm not thanking you, no.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you
just
very
saying.
much.
I think comments are to be
Thank you very
made to the town board, not to each other in the audience.
Okay, one more comment then.
Is that me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. This is the legislative equivalent, really, when it's signed, of a contract. The notion of all of you people not having read something when something is a subset, that's why the healthcare law is still being discovered, because it made 1,000 references. So if it references 100 pages, and you guys are going to make a commitment or start to reshape this document, certainly it is a tremendous absence. I also was looking for it because I've read it very carefully. Secondly, I'd like to say that pulling apart the comprehensive plan from the byway plan might sound very logical to somebody who hasn't read them both and carefully, but they are hand in glove in terms of a layer of almost petty, invasive zoning oversight from something like a man like Mr. Ingram, when the comprehensive plan mentions riparian boundaries around streams. This has devastated small farmers, which is why the state of Florida has taken away all of the kind of comprehensive byway master plan language out of their legislation, because it has put gentlemen like you, it has separated their livestock. You have to realize how much lobbying goes behind this. One of the biggest lobbyists behind sustainable plans and smart growth is Monsanto, seeking 100% market share, seeking to destroy the small farmer. When you look at plans like this, and they sound innocent and nice, and I'm not going to go on and on, but I'm truly beseeching your conscience here. When you look at these plans, you have to step back. We're not just an olive anymore. There is a concerted push nationwide to replace the people we like or don't like or fight with, but you all belong there. You've all been elected. No matter what we think of you, every one of you has earned your place. I do not believe Mr. Manning has earned a place in my life, nor any of the collaborative. I did not vote for them, and what they're bringing forward